Just a little quick check-in. This thought keeps coming back in my mind over and over and over. Do you have a bitterness box? And what is that? What do you mean by a bitterness box? Okay, so for me, it's going to go probably two ways, external and internal. So I like to think that I am not a bitter person, but best believe when I feel betrayed or in the argument, I am going to go in my bitterness bag and my bitterness box and pull out something from like January 1992, and I'm going to make it relevant to right now. And I am like so good at that, and I hate that. And being on the other side of it, I've had people that I love dearly come to me and have conversations and express to me that there was something they were mad about from like 9 months ago or 5 years ago. And I'm like, what in the world? And everything that I did was looked at through that lens of that bitterness. So I was never going to measure up because I was always in this light of like a skewed point of view. And having it be done to me really made me like challenge that. And I didn't realize that I kind of lived in that like bitter space. Like I knew I totally lived in the victim space, but when you're a victim and you live in that victim space, 9 times out of 10, you are holding on to something that was done to you or against you, and you're going to pull it out. So I've really been trying to just genuinely forgive, right? Like move on. We have to move on. How am I looking at people? Am I looking at them in the present? Am I looking at them as Christ sees them? Do I see them as a new creation, especially if they're a Christian or if they've apologized or even if they haven't, right? Like there's some people we're just never going to get the apology that we feel like we deserve from them. You know what I mean? So there's that. So are you the type of person that reaches into your bitterness box and pulls out something irrelevant? Or are you the type of person that is living in the moment? Now, internal. This is where I am like so struggling. You know, I hear the phrase like, forgive yourself. And like, I feel like part of me has, right? Like I preach about the addiction, I preach about the anxiety, the depression, the stuff that I've done. And, you know, I really just like share openly about that stuff. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like as I journey talking about identity and self-love, like why at 29 years old am I still talking about that? Like where did it go wrong? Sorry if you can hear that, I'm clicking a pen. Where did it go wrong? That like, I feel like I have to restart loving myself, you know? And, I really think I have an internal bitterness box, you know? Like I am totally bitter toward myself, I think a little bit, probably a lot, you know? And I'm bitter toward the decisions. I'm bitter that I'm an alcoholic. I'm bitter that just so many things, you know, or just people that are not irrelevant because no one's truly irrelevant, but that person is not present in my life at this time. Like I carry that with me. And, I love this, but it's so cliche. Like having bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And like, hello. It's so true, you know, like I've personally gained, oh my gosh, like 30 pounds this year. Just so much weight, I deal with a lot of anxiety and I deal with a lot of, like restlessness sometimes. And if I really get down to the core of it, like it's bitterness, it's unforgiveness. And so guys, today, I know this is kind of like a bonus video. I try to do it at least once a week, but I'm just going to do a little quicksies. Really challenge yourself to say, you know what? Here's my bitterness box. God, take it, please. I can't do it. Can't. I just don't have enough energy for it. You know what I mean? Like, life is too precious and short, and I want to take these, the energy. Exactly, I'm exhausted. The energy that I do have and spend it towards something precious and good, and use that pain for a purpose, and not use it as weapons and a force to win an irrelevant argument or an impossible war, right? Or even with myself, I am saying God's sacrifice on the cross was like not enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. It's like this weird comparison that, like, you've probably heard it 1,000 times, but if you go to a judge, right, and you have the sentence and they say, no, like, my son's gonna take it for you, they're going to jail, you're off scot-free, and like, you still just keep going the way that you're going, is almost like disrespectful to the gift that was given to you. You know what I mean? And so I really challenge, I don't know why I got like so quiet, but I really challenge us today to just dump the bitterness box, to dump it, let it go, really give it to Jesus. And I'm not saying completely forget. I'm not saying involve yourself with people who are unhealthy for you or who have done you great harm. I'm saying that letting go of bitterness is going to be healing for you and for myself. Like I said earlier, some people will not apologize or cannot apologize. Some of them are not here with us anymore, you know, and if I want the freedom that I deserve, I need to let that go, and I need to stop giving the things that have happened to me. I need to let it go. And I need to let some of the stuff go that has happened. And I don't know. I'm struggling lately with a couple of relationships that I've had for a very long time, and they're extremely manipulative and negative, and I just will never measure up to at all. I just won't. I know that there are negative things being said behind my back by this person, by their family. It's just a constant battle of feeling like I need to prove my worth to this person or these people. And I need to let that go too, because I need to choose to say, I know where my worth is. I know who I belong to. I know what I'm capable of. And if I'm letting go of my internal bitterness box, right? Like if I truly let go of that old self and die to my old self, I truly know my worth, and I truly know what I deserve and what I don't. And the more I stay in this internal bitterness, unforgiveness thing, I will continue to let people define me or assign my worth, and I'm just not allowing it anymore. And so I challenge you to take this journey with me. Guys, thank you so much. We have got up to 23 or 24 subscribers. I don't know how that happened. It's a beautiful thing. If there are any things that you want to hear me speak about, or you want to hear my perspective on, or if there's a certain person or topic that you want to hear me interview about or to, I don't know how you would say that, please comment down below or send these videos to your friends. I thank you guys so much. I'll tag my Instagram and my email. Thank you all for the people who have sent me messages or who do participate on my Instagram. I really appreciate that, because sometimes it feels like I'm talking to myself here. But then ultimately I know I am just obeying the Lord's calling in my life, and it may seem ridiculous at times, but I'm trusting and obeying. So guys, I love you. You are forgiven. You are good enough. You are worth it. Talk to you soon.